Myself, Dr. B.J.D. Kalyani, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. In this video, I will discuss about black box testing. The course outcomes of object-oriented software engineering are 6 course outcomes. The topic that can be related to the course outcome of explain various testing approaches and automation tools. And it also mapped to the CO6, explain importance of software maintenance and re-engineering process. The basic agenda of this video is what is the software testing, what are the various categories of software testing, how black box testing is different from other varieties of testing, and what are various testing techniques that can be applied to the black box testing of the software. So what is software testing means? It is process of checking the quality, functionality and performance of a software, whether the application or the project developed is meets the user expectations or not. Tester either interact with the software manually or execute test script to find the bugs. So manual testing and automation testing are plays the important role in the software testing. In the manual testing, the tester manually write the test cases and he can develop the test scripts. But in case of automation testing, but with the help of variety of automation testing tools like WinRunner, QTP, Test Director, Load Runner, Selenium, JMeter, with the help of these softwares, the test engineer develop the test scripts in order to find the bugs. Variety of testing approaches are available. Majorly 3 types are considered. One is the black box testing, second one the white box testing, third one gray box testing. The black box testing means that it does not consider the program structure into account. Only the program is treated as a black box for which the required input is supplied, and whether the functionality requirement of that program meet or not, verification can be done in case of black box testing. So, unknown internal code structure in case of black box testing. So, it is a functionality testing. The required input is supplied to the black box, whether the required output is reached or not. That verification is done in case of black box testing. The second category is the white box testing. In case of white box testing, the program is considered into account. So, here the known internal code structure so that the logical paths and condition paths, looping paths of the program is considered, and whether exercises test case has to verify that each path must be covered in the program. So in the white box testing, the internal code structure is considered. The combination of this black box and white box is the gray box testing. So internal code structure partially known and majorly focus on verification of the functionality. So these are the 3 types of testing methods. What is white box testing is based on the application internal code structure. The program structure plays the major important role in case of white box testing. The logical paths through the software and collaboration between the components, the interfaces and data sharing between the modules are exercising specific set of conditions and loops in case of white box testing. In white box testing, an internal prospect of the system as well as the programming skills are used to design the test cases. What is black box testing? Black box testing is a variety of software testing method where the tester evaluates the functionality of an application without having access to its internal code structure. So the program structure is not considered here. It can be treated as a black box, and the input is given to this black box, and what the functionality expected from that code segment is achieved or not is verified in case of black box testing. So the tester interacts with the software through user interfaces. So user interactions and behavior of the system is verified in case of black box testing. So the application program interfaces treating as the black box whole internal working and are not visible or known. Only the APIs or user interfaces are focused in case of black box testing. The focus lies solely on examining software external behavior, input, output, and responses to different user actions or system interactions are considered in case of black box testing. So here the program structure, the program is treating as a black box. So here the user interactions to the system and the system behavior is observed in case of black box testing. So it is a type of functionality testing. Functionality testing. And here the user interfaces, user interactions through the application program interfaces are focused, and how the system behavior, the system external interactions must be checked in case of black box testing. What is gray box testing? The black box testing and the white box testing combination is called the gray box testing. In case of white box testing, full knowledge of the program is required for the test engineer. So tester having knowledge of internal functionality in case of white box testing. In case of black box testing, tester having zero knowledge of the program structure. So tester having no knowledge of internal functionality. In case of gray box testing, some knowledge about the program structure is required. So tester have limited access to the software internal working, including its design documents, data structures and architectures. So here the architecture, design document and few internal code logic must be considered in case of gray box testing. What are the characteristics of black box testing? The major characteristics of black box testing are independent testing. So black box testing typically performed by the tester who are independent of the development team. So here the functionality is tested or focused in case of black box testing. So the black box testing is independent of development of the program, and requirement based testing is the black box testing. The functionality must be specified in the software requirement specification document. So black box testing focused on the functionality testing. So the tester design test cases based on software requirements and specifications without being concerned how this code is implemented these requirements. The next characteristics is no knowledge of internal code. Tester do not have access to the source code, architecture, design details of the software. They interact with the system through user interfaces and the behavior and functionality of the system must be observed. What are the types of black box testing? Variety of black box testing techniques are available. One is the functional testing. Second one is non-functional testing. Third one is regression testing. Fourth one, user interface UI testing. Next one, usability testing. Next, ad hoc testing, compatibility testing. These are the categories of the black box testing. What is functional testing? It is a kind of black box testing and verifies that software functions and features work as expected and adhere to the specified requirements. So the behavior or the functionality of the system, the how user interactions and external behavior are captured by the system or application is majorly focused in case of functional testing. Tester use functional test cases to validate application input, output and interactions without being concerned about the internal code. So that type of testing is called functional testing. Variety of functional testings are available. One is the unit testing. Second one, regression testing. Next, sanity testing, smoke testing, integration testing and usability testing. These are the categories or taxonomy of the functional testing. What is unit testing? Unit testing is performed by the developers who write scripts that test if individual components or units of applications match the requirements. So the independent component of the project must be checked, verified against its functionality. This usually involves writing test cases or methods in each unit and validate them when they return values that match the requirement. Whether the independent unit of the project is received correct parameters, how the computational processing of the module or unit must be carried out, what is the output, how the data sharing and interaction with other components of the system is verified here in case of unit testing. So the test cases exist to cover the line coverage, code or path coverage, method coverage in case of unit testing. Next variety of functional testing is the smoke testing. The smoke testing is also called build verification testing. The project must be released as a series of builds. Whenever a build is developed, it can be verified with the help of smoke testing. So the other names of smoke testing is build verification testing or confidence testing. So this method is used to determine if a new software build is ready for the next testing phase. So that it is a time-saving process. It reduces testing time because testing is done only when the key features of the applications are not working or if the key bugs are not fixed. So the smoke testing is focused on the workflow of the core or primary functions of the applications. The smoke testing process, here initially builds must be developed, like the project must be delivered as a series of builds like build 1, 2, etc. build n. Whenever the builds are available, the smoke test can be conducted, and in the process of smoke testing, whether a bug is detected, then the build must be rejected. It detects an error in the build, so build is rejected. If at all the build is error free, then the smoke test is passed. Then it must forwarded to the next series of testing processes like functionality testing, system testing, performance testing, and user acceptance testing. So this is the process of smoke testing. Next variety of functional testing is the sanity testing, used to validate the changes made to one or few specific parts of the application. So in order to make sure that the software is still functioning as expected after small changes or bug fix. So used to primary step before conducting more extensive testing such as regression testing. So sanity testing is a type of testing that aims to quickly evaluate whether the basic functionality of the new software build is working correctly or not. After sanity testing, the exhaustive testing procedure is done on the builds. So here the sanity testing process, the stable builds are there. Those builds must has to be conducted, undergone with the sanity testing, and if they passes this testing, then those must has to be considered for exhaustive testing of system testing, integration testing, performance testing. If at all the builds are failed, those must be rejected. So in an abstract way of testing without the detailed description of the test case design, then the sanity testing process must be considered. Another variety of functional testing is the integration testing. In case of integration testing, the test engineer tests the units or separate component or modules of the software in a group. In the unit testing, independent components are verified and those are integrated to form the system. So while integration, after these independent components are put into system architecture, then the integration testing is done. So the primary purpose of executing integration testing is to identify the defects at the integration between the components or units. So majorly the interaction between the independent component, the data sharing between the independent components, and how the values must be, written values are passed between different components is examined in case of integration testing. Three types of integration methods are available: top-down integration, bottom-up integration, and sandwich integration. Another variety of black box testing is non-functional testing. So unlike functional testing, non-functional testing evaluates aspects of the software that are not related to its specific functions. So it includes the quality attributes of the application. So non-functional requirement of the application is focused in case of non-functional testing. Generally, the tests include to verify the performance, usability, security, stability, reliability, and other quality attributes. These quality attributes are defined by McCall's triangle. So these non-functional requirements is majorly focused in the non-functional testing. So the performance and quality attributes are considered in case of non-functional testing. So what are the quality attributes are the performance. The performance is measured how well a software system works in terms of time and resource allocation. So the time and space complexity and resource allocation plays major role in case of to assess the performance of the system. Another quality attribute is usability. Usability focus on how is the user can utilize the system or access the system. So if completely different classes of users like Navi user, system analyst, knowledgeable user, those users can operate the software, will they simply invoke the functions of the software or not can be verified in case of usability testing. The software security is another quality attribute where the practice of building security into the software to make the software as resistant to attacks. Thereby, only the authorized users can access the software and unauthorized is rejected so that the software can be resistant to attacks and vulnerabilities. Another quality attribute is software scalability. It is the ability of the software application to handle the changes in workload, user demands without sacrificing performance, quality and functionality. So the software changes how it is handled by the software configuration management SCM team, and here there is no compromise between performance, quality and functionality. That is called the scalability. Another quality attribute that is majorly considered in the non-functional testing is reliability. Is the likelihood that software program will run without failure for a specific amount of time and in a particular environment. So, the time to withstand against failures is generally referred as reliability. Various parameters or measures must be considered to assess the reliability, like that is MTTF, mean time to fail, MTBF, mean time between failures, etc. Another quality attribute is the portability. Portability is the ability of the software to be used across different environments without losing the functionality or quality. The next category of black box non-functional testings are the regression testing. So here the black box testing, another variety that can be majorly important and more automation tools are worked over the regression testing. Regression testing is the type of testing the software development life cycle and runs after every change to ensure that the change introduces unintended breaks. So, if at all any change is performed, this change reflects any unwanted side effects in the application that can be verified with the help of regression testing. Regression testing is crucial aspects of the software engineering which ensures the stability, reliability of the software product. Regression testing involves retesting the already previously tested functionalities to verify the recent code changes have not affected the existing features. The regression testing process. The first step is identify the source code changes. So already tested code or already tested functionality, regression testing is retesting those functionalities. So if at all any code changes or arises, then only the regression testing can be conducted. So here the first step is identify any source code changes. The next step, prioritize identified changes and product requirements. The third step, select test cases to run. Next step, prioritize the test cases. Categorize the test cases. Consider the test scenarios. Schedule and execute the test cases in order to verify any unintended side effects are produced by these identified changes. So this is the regression testing process. Variety of regression testing tools are available like Selenium, Renorex Studio, Catalan Studio, Test Complete, and Sahib Pro. These are the popular regression testing tools. Another variety of Blackbox testing is user interface testing. So, the major motto of Blackbox testing is the functionality testing and to test the user interactions with the software. So, UI testing plays the major role in the Blackbox testing. So, here UI testing focus on validating the user interfaces elements of the software such as buttons, menus, forms, layout, variety of GUI components present, those are working properly or not. That verification is done with the help of UI testing. The goal is to ensure that UI is user friendly, consistent, and functions correctly. It's vital part of ensuring favorable user experience. So, variety of UI testing tools are available like Selenium, QTP, Renorex Studio, Cucumber, Serenity, Robot Framework, Cypress, TestProject.io, and Sahib Pro. These are the popular UI testing tools. What are the types of UI tests generally performed are the functionality testing, the load testing, workflow testing, runtime error detection, security testing, and unit testing are majorly considered in case of UI testing. Next variety is usability testing. Usability testing assesses the software's user friendliness. So the user experience and user friendliness is major factor in case of usability testing. How easily the user access services of the application is assessed with the help of usability testing. So here how easily the user can interact with the application is considered in the usability testing. Tester evaluate factors like navigation, visual appeal, and ease of learning. Overall user experience is considered in usability testing. So here it is a category of user research that evaluate users' experience when interacting with a website or mobile app. General usability testing methods are in-person methods. So in that, the formally live testing of representative users require an empathetic and moderator to note the tester's experience. So tester experience plays the major role in the in-person requirements of usability testing. And in the remote category, catching the users in their own environment can reveal more accurate field insights. And the next one is guerrilla, testing your design informally and passes by colleagues risk included inaccurate data. So these are the major consideration in usability testing. In the guerrilla testing, the test engineer presses, for example, in a user interface in a website, the command button generally the user can click or double click it. But to test the stability of the application, the test engineer must click the command button likely 50 times or 100 times and test the functionality and stability of the software. What is ad hoc testing? Ad hoc testing is an informal and unstructured testing. So, no strategy or no structured way of testing can be, testing methods can be applied. So, it is an informal, unstructured testing approach where tester explore the software freely, executing test scenarios based on their intuition and experience. It helps identify defects that might be missed by formal test cases. So here it is informal, so no documentation, no test case design, no test cases are available. So define and refine the info. What is the formal methods to test the application, and those formal methods done on a quick check and run many cases. System under test, validate the states and output, report failures to as a test report in case of ad hoc testing process. What are the types of ad hoc testing? Is monkey testing, pair testing, and buddy testing. What is monkey testing? As like gorilla testing, monkey testing is conducted at the level of unit testing. And the main purpose is to make sure that the software is able to withstand the crashes. So system crashes can easily identified with the monkey testing, and testers are trying to detect system breaks by inputting random data. Monkey testing does not require the preparation of any test cases. And another category of ad hoc testing is pair testing. The pair testing is performed by two quality analysts, specialists of different knowledge levels. So that's why it is a pair testing. Two quality analysts are involved in this type of testing. These quality analysts working together on the same functionality or system modules. One of them executes the test while the another one records the result. Both testers make suggestions and approaches and methods to apply. The main aim of pair testing is to ensure the maximum number of test scenarios to test the application. Another variety of ad hoc testing is buddy testing. The buddy testing is executed by the tester and developer working together on the verification of one module. It is conducted after the unit testing. The developer helps the tester to avoid invalid test scenarios to report invalid test results. Buddy testing can be called a combination of unit and system testing. What is compatibility testing? Compatibility testing assess how well the software performs across different environments such as variety of browsers, operating systems, devices and network configurations. So it is better way to analyze application behavior when placed in a varied environments. Robust compatibility testing highlights workability and security features to enhance application performance. So here compatibility testing can have two varieties: software compatibility testing and hardware compatibility testing. In case of software compatibility testing, the application must be checked against variety of operating system and browsers. Variety of operating systems like Win98, 2098, Vista, Mac, Unix, Ubuntu, variety of operating systems, environment, the application is deployed and tested. And the application can also tested against variety of browsers like Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera, etc. Not only the software, with different hardware compatibility environments also, the application is deployed and tested. Variety of RAM compatibilities, hard disk and processor chips. The infrastructure is created and the application is deployed and tested against its compatibility, stability and performance. How the compatibility testing process can be conducted. The customer gives the functional requirements, non-functional requirements. Those requirements are gathered and documented in SRS. So, the platforms must be selected. Different and variety of operating systems must be considered. Select those environmental or operating systems. Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, etc. This functional testing must be incorporated on these variety of operating system. And by using another set of operating system and hardware varieties, all infrastructures, different infrastructures, the application is deployed and the functionality is verified. Check the end-to-end flow of the application on variety of browsers also. So this is the way of how variety of operating system, variety of hardware environments and variety of browsers must be checked against its functionality. So the compatibility testing results are like this, by represented with the compatibility matrix, the test cases with different operating systems. The application is, the variety of test cases are passed or failed, and what are the comments must be noted in the compatibility testing results. So here all the test cases can be run in Windows Vista, Windows XP and Windows 7, and those test cases can also be run in different web browsers like Mozilla Firefox, Opera and Internet Explorer. So in this video, we discussed about variety of Blackbox testing methods. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.